Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It is time for the Jane Austen reading vlog. So basically this will start with today on Monday afternoon and continue as much as I can until Wednesday morning. And I'm going to be trying to read 5 Jane Austen or Jane Austen related books. So let's get into this. First of all, we have my favorite thus far, Pride and Prejudice. I love this. This would be a reread for me. I do think I'm going to prioritize the other books though, but I definitely have plans to watch Pride and Prejudice. So we'll see if I actually get to rereading this. It is on the TBR, so I need to read it if I want a reward at the end of the month, but I also want to enjoy my reread. May even do an audiobook, not sure. Then here we have my iPad in the cute cover that I have. And on this, I am reading Northanger Abbey. I actually started it on Saturday night, I think it was. And I'm on like chapter 6. It's good. I'm waiting for it to be great. I do need to finish that because once I finish Northanger Abbey, I'm going to get into this gem. The beautiful handwritten classics version of Persuasion. Got this for Christmas. It's the one where there are like mementos and letters and maps and all kinds of fun things inside the book. You can see it's almost like scrapbook looking. I'm just so excited. Next we have the Jane Austen Society. Everyone seems to love this, at least from the ratings that I was looking at. Love the end papers. Hopefully I can get to this. And finally we have The Other Bennet Sister, which I believe is like a retelling focused on Mary Bennet, so that should be interesting. It's just such a big book. I don't know that I'm gonna get to that. I may look up an audiobook for it also. Okay, so the priority in which I want to read these is Northanger Abbey. I want to finish it, then get into Persuasion. I don't know if I will focus on, I probably would focus on reading Persuasion because it has all the fun stuff inside. But if I need to take a minute away from actually reading like the classic, I can start the Jane Austen Society. So I would be like reading these. Together. And then if I finish all 3 of these, then I would give myself a chance to get into a reread of Pride and Prejudice, as well as reading The Other Bennet Sister, which I love this cover. It's just huge and I'm not sure about it. I'm really not. But I do want to give it a try. So we'll see how this goes. But I'm just going to jump into Northanger Abbey and we'll go from there. Okay guys, just a little bit of an update. I am towards the end. I have like probably 80 pages maybe left on Northanger Abbey. I'm actually more so listening to it than reading it. First I started reading it on the ebook physically, then I started hybrid reading it, so reading along to the audiobook. And lately I've just been like listening to the audiobook. I say lately like it's been days. Like the last few hours. The last hour or so I've been listening to it just on audio pretty much. Not loving it. And I feel bad because there are definitely some moments that I really enjoy, like when she's talking about books, about, oh, do you read novels? And there was just a scene that I actually really enjoyed where she's here. I don't want to spoil anything. As it's getting closer to Northanger Abbey, she is hearing this story and it's very engaging. And I really would love like more of those moments. It just really hasn't been that much. I know this is supposed to be like a satirical work. It's kind of like the opposite of all of Jane Austen's other novels. It's just not 100% it for me. I'm honestly thinking somewhere in the low 2-star range right now, but I do have a little ways to go, so it may go up. I have DNF'd Northanger Abbey with like 7 chapters to go. I was honestly so bored. And when I realized that there were 7 more chapters, I literally almost cried. Which is not my typical reaction, but I just was not enjoying it. To those who love that book, but it's not my favorite. What is my favorite is what I'm currently listening to, Pride and Prejudice. We love this so much. Oh my gosh.
Miss Elizabeth Bennet. Miss Elizabeth Bennet, repeated Miss Bingley. I am all astonishment.
I just finished chapter 7, and it's just so great. This would only be my second read through, but last time I read it physically. But I'm really enjoying the audiobook, plus it's so much. It just reminds me how much the BBC version is so much like the book. And I love that so much, so I'm like picturing that in my head, and now I really want to watch it. I also am going to get to Persuasion. I'm gonna do this later though, because right now I am getting ready to start a cleaning vlog on one of my other channels. I'm gonna film that, but while I'm cleaning and filming, I'm gonna keep listening to Pride and Prejudice, my favorite Jane Austen work. But while I'm cleaning, I'm going to be listening to Pride and Prejudice. I need to get as much read as I can before tomorrow. I'm listening to my favorite book, Pride and Prejudice, on audiobook. And then once I'm done cleaning, I'm going to switch over to Persuasion. But yeah, that's what I'm listening to. That's what's going on. Hours later, and I've been listening to Pride and Prejudice. I think it's like 4 hours I've listened to, and I'm listening to it on normal speed. I'm not speeding it up because I'm just loving it. It's so good. I love that book so much, and I'm really happy that I'm enjoying it, because it was kind of like I was almost afraid to reread it because I was worried I wouldn't like it as much as I did the first time. But I think it's impossible. I think I'm just always gonna like it no matter how many times I watch the adaptations or listen to the books or read the books or whatever. It's just the best. Anyway, I still haven't gotten into Persuasion because I did a lot more cleaning today than I was anticipating. I'm gonna go eat and watch some booktube, and then afterwards we're opening this beautiful gem up. I am taking a break from Pride and Prejudice, but I will, of course, continue it when I feel like it, which will probably be tonight. Okay, quick change of plans. I'm actually gonna take a shower and get ready for bed and like be comfy cozy, and then I will get into reading. We will finally get into Persuasion, but what if we open it up right now? All right, let's open this, and then I'm just gonna look at it, and then I'm gonna go get ready for bed, and then we'll have a few hours to read. It feels floppy already. It's literally floppy, like how? I love that. Oh my gosh, so cool. Okay, obviously you know what the cover looks like. It has this quote on the back. I'm so excited. Okay, I'm gonna open it and show you all. Oh, I love the feel of this thing. It is so cool. I thought it was gonna be like hard to maneuver almost. It's literally so perfect. What even? It is like cracking and crinkling, but oh my gosh, the font is tiny, that's for sure. But table of contents, really cool. They're not end papers, but they're like printed like a newspaper almost. Oh my goodness. And there is something on the very first page, mementos or whatever's in here. I'm gonna go get ready for bed, and then we'll come back and we'll read from this. And I haven't decided if I'm gonna read just on my own or if I'm gonna listen to an audiobook while I read. I was really loving the Pride and Prejudice audiobook, and I have previously listened to Persuasion on audio. So I'm thinking about it, leaning towards it. Okay guys, it is the next day. I officially need to wrap up this video because I need to get it out for you guys. Didn't finish anything in this vlog, so I'm slightly disappointed about that, but I'm also not, because I'm absolutely loving my reading. On my iPad, I actually listened to half of Pride and Prejudice. I got to the halfway point this morning, and I just love it even more than I loved it before, and I didn't think that was possible, but like, I'm so glad that I'm just enjoying it even more than last time. And I gave it 5 stars last time, so I think it's gonna be 6 this time. And then Persuasion, I love this handwritten classics copy. It is very small print, but I'm also listening to it on audiobook, and I'm loving like going back and forth between the two. So I'll hold up this Pride and Prejudice so you can get the visual, but just going back and forth between my 2 favorite Austen works has just been so enjoyable, especially listening to it on audio as well as reading this one in person with the cute little handwritten stuff. Spoil you for the first one. I didn't realize this was what it was for like a minute until I actually was like listening to it. Like I opened it up and I was trying to figure out what it was. This is the page that Sir Eliot is reading when Persuasion opens up. So I just thought that was so cool, and it literally has like as if it's handwritten, it's stained, it's old. So cool. And I know this is on cinematic, so you couldn't really see it. The paper even feels like an old book. It's incredible. Like, I'm surprised that this book is only $40. It's truly such high quality. I'm obsessed. I absolutely want to get the Pride and Prejudice version of this. How cool would that be to have both of them? Oh my gosh. It's just such an enjoyable reading experience that I don't want to rush through. I didn't read anything else last night. I was just really tired. Just went to bed, and I am saving this for my mood reading, and I can't wait because I really, really am enjoying it. This has just been the month of classics, and that's a lot for your brain to take in, like 8 classics, I think it's been. Because I've read 4 so far, and I've started 4 others. Yes, so 8 so far. It's a lot. And I just want to be able to enjoy all of them. These and the Fellowship of the Ring, which is over there. But dang, such good stuff. I did decide that I am DNFing Northanger Abbey. I could try it again in the future, but it's just not it for me. I don't think I'm going to finish my whole TBR, so I'm not super concerned about making sure that I finish that one. I'd rather just focus on the books that I am enjoying. It's just not for me when the girl is pining after the guy. Like, we read Austen for this, for Wentworth and Darcy. Hello, like, why else would you read these? I'm slightly kidding, but oh my gosh, no, I just didn't like Northanger Abbey. The Abbey part was interesting. It was getting interesting anyway, but I just, it wasn't it for me. Now, I did not get to either of these library books that I picked out. I shouldn't have put them on my actual TBR because I should have just said, like, these are extra in case I want more Jane Austen, but I really wanted to try and be ambitious, which I'm not doing again next month. But what I will try to do during mood reading, I would like to read a chapter of this and a chapter of this just to see if I would be interested in reading them in the future. Hey guys, Editing Sandra here. I realized since my video is premiering tonight instead of this afternoon, I have a little extra time. The video is all edited with the exception of I am going to take each of these books and I'm going to read the first chapter of each just to see if these are books that I would want to read in the future, or if it's fine that I didn't get to them. So let's do this. Sad I didn't get to these because they're pretty interesting, both of them. The other Bennet sister is almost like a retelling of Pride and Prejudice. Not quite, but it's very much written in a similar style, just from Mary's perspective. Just so interesting. But it's done in a really good way, at least in chapter 1. And then this one seems so cute too. Hopefully I'll get some time to get more into these during the mood reading, but I will probably put those off for last just because they are long and I have other stuff that I really do need to get to before this. So anyway, I'm glad to have tried those. At least now I have read at least a little bit in each of the 5 books, and I feel much more successful now. But then I also have today's blind date with a book miss. I have 3 book miss books that I want to finish from actual book miss, and then of course the Lord of the Rings series that I need to finish. So got a lot to read still. We'll see if I get to those, but overall that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope it was interesting, even though I didn't really like finish anything like I wanted to, but I had a great time reading Persuasion and Pride and Prejudice, and I'm sorry if I didn't really like share that a whole lot, but I'm even more obsessed with these than I was before, and I didn't think that was possible. Anyway, thank you guys for being here. I will talk to you all next time. This Friday's video is going to be Blind Date with Book Miss, which I am about to go open up right now. I think it's going to be so much fun. I have my Christmas bookmark and a different bag for Book Miss with my Book Miss prompts in here. So right, on that note, give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Comment below if you've read any of these Jane Austen works, or if there are any that you want to read, any that you love, any that you don't love. It's okay. We all like different books. And be sure to subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss the future videos. And I will talk to you all next time. Bye.